Today we celebrate the Holy Family of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, not as an unattainable and idealized household, but as the model of the family God calls every one of us to reflect. In Matthew's Gospel, we see the Holy Family on a journey, fleeing danger and living as refugees, yet trusting God in the midst of uncertainties. Their holiness was not born of comfort, but of obedience. At the heart of that obedience is Jesus himself. He perfects the Holy Family not just as a member, but as the source of their holiness. Mary's years and Joseph's faithful silence draw their meaning and strength from the child Jesus who is entrusted to them. Matthew tells us that Jesus would be called a Nazarene. Nazareth was a small, unnoticed, and even despised town, yet its meaning points us to Isaiah's prophecy of the Messiah as the shoot from the stump of Jesse, which tells us that God brings salvation not through theatrical and powerful gestures, but through humility and faithfulness. And the Holy Family teaches us that God works through ordinary family life, through work, care, sacrifice, and perseverance to bring about extraordinary graces. The book of Sirach reminds us that family relationships involve sacred responsibility of honoring parents, caring for one another, and building a home where mercy and gratitude dwell. St. Paul deepens this teaching in Colossians, where he calls families to clothe themselves with compassion, kindness, humility, patience, and above all, love, which he describes as the bond of perfection. Because love is what holds a family together when responsibilities meet our human frailties. Love, in the imitation of Christ, is strong enough to bear failure, heal wounds, and restore unity in our families. In the Holy Family, each person played a unique but shared role in our salvation history. Mary nurtured faith and trust. Joseph protected and provided, while Jesus sanctified their love by his presence. In the same way, every member of our families has a responsibility toward the common good and ultimately toward our salvation. When one member neglects his responsibility, the family suffers. And when families suffer, society itself bears the wound, because the family is the heart of society, which reflects what families become. So in celebrating the Holy Family, remember this profound truth, that by our baptism, we become brothers and sisters of Jesus. And belonging to the Holy Family, we are also sons and daughters of God. This is not just a title bestowed on us, but a reality we are all called to live by each day. May we live consciously as members of that family by loving deeply, forgiving generously, and striving together toward the salvation that God desires for us all. And may the Lord bless his words in our hearts. Amen.